Good day everyone, I am Joshua Agustin P. Domen and I am here to discuss about cyclosilicate and native elements. And the objective of this discussion of mine is to understand and determine what our cyclosilicates and native elements are, and also to acquaint us to some of their minerals. Cyclosilicate are polysilicates, meaning of polysilicates, those are geometrically formed by the reaction of the acid oxide, SiO2 or silica, and the basic mineral oxide. Cyclosilicate compounds with a structure in which silicate tetrahedrons are arranged in a ring. Each tetrahedron, which consists of a certain silicon atom surrounded by oxygen atom at the corner of the tetrahedron, while tetrahedron is a solid having four plane triangular faces or a triangular pyramidal. To form a ring-like structure, each tetrahedron shares two of its oxygen atom with other tetrahedron. For example, benitoite. It has three tetrahedrons that connects together to form a ring-like structure. For four tetrahedrons, there is actinide. For six, there is beryl. The ring-like structure will have different types of ratio depending on the percentage of silicon molecules. If it has 3 silicon molecules, then it will have 9 oxygen molecules. For 4, there will be 12 oxygen molecules. Silicons with 6 molecules will have 18 oxygen molecules. So the ratio is silicon 1x, oxygen 3x, so 1 is to 3. So this is a 3D picture of a tetrahedron, and the 2D is an image of a cylosilicate structure. In the 3D, you can see the tetrahedron having a silicon in the middle surrounded by the oxygen, and for the 2D, the cyclosilicate structure, you can see the oxygen that are shared by two tetrahedrons to form a ring-like structure. And now I'm gonna show you the minerals that are classified as cyclosilicate, which let's start at benitoite. It has the composition of barium titanium silicate. It has a crystal symmetry of
hexagonal,
crystal atlas of the pyramidal, and its physical properties are color, which is light blue and deep indigo blue. Streak is colorless, hardness is 6 to 6.5, and the luster is vitreous. Benitoite is named after its locality in the San Diego in California, where this mineral was first found in a remote area far from civilization. It forms in a low temperature, high temperature environment, typically a subduction zone at a convergent plate boundaries. And the second mineral is actinide. Of course, actinide is classified as cyclosilicate with a chemical composition of calcium, iron, magnesium, and manganese based on the crystal formula, but has a basic aluminum boron silicate of calcium. And physical properties, which colors are smoky brown, dark brown, and purplish brown. Streak colorless, hardness is 6.5 to 7, and luster is vitreous. Actinide was named in 1787 after the Greek word axine, which means axe. This beautiful crystal has been found in Tasmania, Australia, and Colebrook Hill. And the third and final one is beryl, that has a chemical composition of beryllium aluminum silicate, occasionally with some sodium, lithium, and cesium. It has a crystal system of hexagonal and a crystal atlas of 2, which is prismatic and hexagonal tabular. Physical properties are the color, which are light to emerald green, light to deep sky blue, blue, green, yellow, pink, purple, red, orange, brown, colorless, white, and gray. May also be multicolored blue, green, yellow, or white, and may also have deeper color highly on one crystal end. And the streak is colorless. Hardness of 6.5 to 7, and the luster is vitreous and sometimes waxy. It occurs in very low concentration in the crustal rock, just about 3 ppm. The name is from the ancient Greek beryllus, which refers to the precious blue-green color of the seawater stone. Beryl occurs sometimes on mafic metamorphic rocks, low to high temperature hydrothermal vines, and a vag in rhyolite. And now for the second half of this discussion, let's talk about one of the non-silicate group, which is the native element. Native elements, these are the group of elements with a molecular structure of only one element. Examples of this are gold, silver, copper, sulfur, diamond. Native element mineral are those that have a unique mineral structure and are found in nature in uncombined form. Native minerals have a chemical structure resembling those of their minerals, so they're just the same as their mineral structure. Like for example, gold. So gold has the same mineral structure to the gold element. Many native elements have a simple structure consist of a unit cell of only one atom in a simple arrangement. There are three categories for native elements: the metal, semi-metal, and non-metal. And metal tends to have a simpler crystal structure than semi-metal and the non-metal. So these are the elements that are categorized by metals, metalloids or semi-metals, and non-metals. And we have here the structures of a native element, which the cubic is the most common. Example of a native element is bismuth. Bismuth composition is its element, which is bismuth. It has a color of silver, white, sometimes with reddish hue, oxidized yellowish to dark gray, streak is silver white, hardness is 1 to 2.5, and luster of metallic. Bismuth was created by smelting bismuth-rich ores. Pure bismuth metals was created in the 19th century, establishing it as a unique element with characteristics similar to those of a leather. Bismuth occurs in nature as a native metal and in the form of ores. And bismuth's crystal symmetry is hexagonal, usually flat hexagonal occurring in a parallel groupings. And for the second one, we have Ag, or silver. Silver's crystal symmetry is isometric and its crystal form are cubic. The color of silver is silver white. The streak is silver white to light gray. The hardness is 2.5 to 3, and the luster is metallic. Silver is formed on the earth from sulfur-contained chemicals. The temperature in the earth's crust is extremely high, between 200 and 400 degrees Fahrenheit within the crust. Salt water condensed in the brine solution where silver is still dissolved. Silver occurs a primary hydrothermal mineral, also formed by secondary processes, especially in the oxidized portion of the mineral deposits. And the third and final one is mercury, which is formula is Hg and composition mercury. It has a thin white color, streak of none, hardness of 0, and a luster of metallic. And its crystal system is amorphous. Since mercury is a liquid, it lacks a crystal structure. Mercury usually occurs tightly connected with cinnabar. Cinnabar is the mercury sulfide, which is HGS. This is where they will mined. This is a mineral where mercury can be mined. Mercury ores usually occur in a very young orogenic belt where rocks of high density are forced to the crust of the earth, often in hot springs or other volcanic regions.
Now, this is the end of our discussion. Hope you learned something about cyclosilicate and the native elements. Thank you.